I wanted to do a thing here for the late Jay Sigel. He was a guy I caddied for maybe over 100 times. Uh, when I first started working, he was, just an amateur golfer. And basically, the story is he didn't pay as much as other guys. And I just took his bag because I just wanted to get good at golf. And I just wanted to watch this guy play. And for a couple bucks less, I got the caddy for him, and I mean, I would just watch his swing and just try to put myself in his body when he would swing. And I mean, I'd watch him play, and man, I'd hit balls afterwards, and I'd hit it so good, you know. And like I said, I don't know, my third year playing, I broke 80, and it was a large part due to watching Jay Sigel play golf. Um, you know, and I would be sometimes I wouldn't. Uh, be caddying for him, and he'd be on the other side of the golf course, and I would see that swing from so far away, and I'd be like, man, I just want to swing like that. And it was always him, you know. So he died this spring, and I just wanted to do a little tribute for him. He was truly special to the game of golf, you know. So here we go. Just I mean, his accomplishments are just huge. You know, they have him in this thing. They have him as possibly the greatest amateur, uh, next to Bobby Jones. So, and many people place him top three and certainly top five amateurs of all time. All right, here we go.
Jay Sigel accomplishments. Jay Sigel was an accomplished golfer, particularly known for his exceptional amateur career. Before turning professional at the age of 50. Many consider him to be the greatest American amateur golfer since Bobby Jones. Here's a summary of his key accomplishments. Amateur career. Jay Sigel had a distinguished amateur career, winning the British Amateur in 1979, the United States Amateur twice, 1982, 1983, and the United States Mid-Amateur 3 times, 1983, 1985, 1987. He uniquely won both the U.S. Amateur and U.S. Mid-Amateur in the same year, 1983. Sigel holds Walker Cup records for most appearances, 9, most matches played, 33, and most points won, 18, with his teams achieving an 8-1 record during his playing years. He was the low amateur in the Masters tournament 3 times, the U.S. Open once, and the Open Championship once. He also secured multiple wins in regional and notable amateur tournaments, including 4 Pennsylvania Opens, 7 Philadelphia Opens, 3 Porter Cups, 3 Northeast Amateurs, 3 Sunnehanna Amateurs, and a record 9 Crump Cups. Sigel was honored with the Bob Jones Award in 1984, the USGA's highest distinction. Professional career, Champions Tour. Turning professional at 50 in 1993, Sigel was named PGA Tour Champions Rookie of the Year in 1994. He achieved 8 wins on the Champions Tour, including the 1996 Energizer Senior Tour Championship, and earned over $9 million in prize money.
Yeah, so that's it. He was when I filmed that swing, he was mid 70s, uh, pretty old. He he was ridiculously long. I believe he was second on the champion tour behind Jim Dent in driving distance. And I have to tell my best Jay Sigel story. So when he would hit balls out in the field, he would always hit balls out in this field. And I went to California, and this was so long ago. I literally bought one of the first camcorders. One of the first like small tape camcorders, and I paid a ton of money for this thing. And I just wanted to, get some video of his swings like, some video of him hitting balls, because when I watched it, it just helped my swing so much. And so I was caddying for him, and we were on the ninth hole. It's a par 5, and he drives it out there, and he's right next to this marker that was 260 yards straight up the hill. And I remember he had this tiny little Mizuno 3-wood, like the tiniest little head on this 3-wood. It was his first metal wood. They were Mizunos. And he had 260 up the hill, and I'm walking out, and I'm going, hey, Jay, I said, I see you hitting balls on the field. Like, would you mind if maybe sometime I would record your swing, because I like to watch your swing, because it makes me hit it real good when I watch your swing. And he goes, yeah, sure. And he goes, so how far am I? I'm like, well, there's a 260 marker right there. And he takes out a 3-wood and this was back with this tiny little metal wood and probably like a professional golf ball when they first became not Bellata, but the professionals. And from 260, he takes his 3-wood and just hits it, and it just flies up the hill, and it literally looks like it lands in the hole. And he looks at me and goes, you should have taped that swing. So, yeah, he was something else. Greatest long iron player I ever saw. He's had these little, these Golden Ram, forged blades. And his 2-iron and 3-iron would go so high. And they would just go way up in the air. And they would just start falling like a little bit to the right. It wasn't a draw. It wasn't really, it was like a straight ball with just a slight fall. And they would just, land like a butterfly with sore feet. So, a lot of just amazing rounds with him. He liked to play with, a couple of guys that I was regularly working for. And, he was actually really fun. Like, he was a fun guy. He seemed super serious to most people, but when he was just having fun, he had like this very like kind of snide sense of humor, and he liked playing kind of like pranks on people and stuff on the golf course. So a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. And so that's it. That's my little tribute to Jay. So see you, buddy.